Alrighty, back at it again with another Project Zomboid video. I'm not obese anymore. Or overweight. Not obese. Just be mindful of the present moment. I suppose any more than that is just overthinking. It's pretty good. I might just need like a granola bar, but I'm taking this bowl of soup with me. But to where? To where is indeed the question. Because you can go anywhere. I don't know if the broccoli and cabbage, or no, not broccoli. I already harvested. No, I got the seeds. I don't know if the food up at the farm would be ready or not, so I guess we could start clearing some houses on our way there, or try to go to the school again and get the generator magazine, because that is the intended goal, to get the generator magazine, because the sooner we do that, the sooner we can get our farming really up and running to keep our food fresh. So, I got a hammer. I got a backup hammer. Nope. It's hammer time. But I'm on the lookout for short blunt weapons. Am I missing something here? I just want a mini-map, man. Alright, straight ahead. The fog is not ideal. Just means you gotta take things slow, I suppose. I mean, there are neighborhoods to check. It just, I feel like the music's too loud. There we go. Don't know how true that is, or not, but... What's up, buddy? Are you gonna give me my first shotgun? We'll see how good it is. In terms of quality. That's not terrible. Wear the holster. I'll take the M625, too. Right after I get rid of you, buddy. Didn't want you to feel like you were being ignored. I was just trying to loot your friend's corpse. And there's a police cruiser. This diggity doggone fog. Ooh. Mr. Slick. Dodging my hammer. Alright. Alright. Not bad. Fiberglass duck is... I don't have a rifle yet. Oh, there is another shotgun, though. In perfect condition and with mods. So I'll take this one, unload it, and rack it. And then put in trunk. And this one is going to go in there, along with the double holster. And if I have a double holster, why do I need this? So I'll just put that back in there. I'll take the M9, boxes of shells, and that's all she wrote. I suppose I could look for ciggies, but I don't really need them. Even though I want them. Ain't that something? Tactical walkie-talkie. Not bad. Yeah. Obviously, I'll leave certain things, but... Okay, we are getting closer. Peace be with you. Or no, wait. Namu wa mebutsu. It's a pretty big group. And the door's broken. Not a good sign. Or they just ripped through here like a tornado. Wait, I've been here before, I think. Well, no, if I'd been here, I probably would have taken that book. Buddy. Got a pretty sizable group coming. I don't want to just plow right past them, because I can't. The fog will obscure, but not if I'm driving literally right next to him. See, somehow she saw me. Oh, and that person. I couldn't even see that zombie. This fog is so thick. This fog's got 2 C's in it. That's how thick it is. $69 damage. Yup. Just kidding. I might be able to slip past him now, but... Or there could just be a bunch of zombies just beyond the tree line. The fence will come in handy. The exercise fatigue is starting to get to me. That was shocking. Is it just 6? 6 isn't too bad. Forgot I don't have multi-hit. Thought I was about to clean up for a second. Ah, man. At least I can get a good swing on her. Nope. You thought. You thought. Alright, there we go. If I can just get all but one to do it. That's the move. But 2 or 3 I can manage. When it starts to get like 3 or 4, that's when I get a little bit nervous. Thank God for zombie health bars, though. Best mod by far. Far surpasses any other mod. Like minimal health, or minimal display bars, they ain't got nothing on zombie health bars. Just so you can strategically smack them, you know? And I gotta loot one of these houses for some food, because I'm getting hungry. Your boy is getting hungry. But have I been here? Don't think so. Evidently not. There's no X on it. But all the doors are open, which... Cabbage. Nah. I also brought a bowl of soup. What am I doing? Crazy. Crazy me. Of course, I could loot this for some... Nope, there's nothing. Well, there's some canned carrots. I was gonna say. No food in here for any vegans. Any non-smoking vegans. Full to bursting, though. That's nice. Well, was there anything on... There's Louisville map. Classic watch. No, I'm not seeing anything else. What's up, Rava? How's it going, buddy? I had a really good day yesterday, and I hope you did too. And if you didn't, I want you to tell me all about it. Who hurt you? So I can hurt them. One, 2, 4. 69 damage again. Nice. I don't see how many are over there. Hopefully just that one. I say hopefully. It's probably not going to be, though. There's never just one zombie. More matches. Alright. Who hurt me? The physics exam. But it is fine as... It was the last exam. Well, that's good. So are you done for the semester? Because that's a really nice feeling. When you get to look forward to having a break. I'm just saying, like, if you had a bad day, whose fault was it? Like, who did something? All done? That's great, man. Congratulations for getting through the semester. It's not easy. Some people would think it's, oh, no, it's just school. But, you know, it can be very hard. But... Ooh, another walkie. Do-do-do. In the face. Maldra map. More matches. Cool. And, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zombies over here. 1 zombie here. How you doing, buddy? How was your nighttime stream? It wasn't too bad. Um, I did play a little bit of Raft last night, but I didn't stream it. I was just kind of, you know, palling around, you know. Although I wish I had been streaming it because it was kind of funny. I killed a goat. Normally when you kill an enemy in Raft, like any type of creature, you can like harvest its body. But I killed this goat, and then I went to harvest it, and then I couldn't harvest anything. So I just killed this goat for fucking nothing, and I felt really shitty. And I'm like, what have I done? It was that meme from Star Wars with Anakin, you know? So I quit the game without saving, and then as soon as I did that, the goat respawns. So I'm like, oh, thank God, you know? It's probably for, like, you know, like you can have like a little plot of grass, and you can bring the goat to it, because there's like a net launcher. You can catch animals. There's even an alpaca, so I'm gonna try to get that. Like, I might even, like, put that in the next... Yeah, exactly, you know? He was goated, the way he respawned, you know? But I'm probably gonna try to get a net launcher the next time I play that game. That might even be, like, a good goal. Because I want to try to have goals in my game, because, you know, it's just like real life. You gotta have goals in life. If you don't, then what's the point, you know? And Project Zomboid is no exception. It's Project Zomboid that taught me that having goals is so important. Like, for example, at the bottom of my screen right now, there's the follower goal, you know? And it's like, well, why should I even stream in the first place? It's like, because you're trying to reach some type of goal. You're trying to get somewhere, you know? And it's a good motivator to have a goal. It's like, well, remind yourself why you're doing this in the first place. It keeps you focused, too, because... like, another thing I have down there is like, well, what am I trying to get? Like, you know? And I'm trying to get the Generator magazine. But on the way over here, I see all these houses, and I'm like, oh, I could loot that, and it's like, no, quit getting distracted. The goal is what keeps me focused. It's like, no, remember, this is why you're here. You got a job to do. Not a job. My job is to not die. So, however I go about not dying, you know, that's all that really matters. Wasn't that at 18 the last time I was here? The, what was it, 18? The day? Or, something else. My coffee's not stirred up very well. The follower count. I think it was. Is it 19 now? Because... yeah, it's 19 now. Because, somebody followed... Jay the Last Man followed 2 days ago. My Summer Guy Car with Mods followed 3 days ago. And then 13 days ago was Drowsy Boy, the last follower, so... it just goes to show you're not going to get followers if you're not streaming. So, you know, if you want to get somewhere, you got to do something. You got to do something about it. You know, have a goal, and that's part of my goal. I got the follower goal, and then I got the Generator magazine goal, because it'll keep me focused, it'll keep me driven. But my day was really good yesterday, because I met with a small business advisor. He basically was like, you know, talking to me about like cash flow analysis and like, you know, well, here's your startup cost, and based on your startup cost, here's what you have to charge the customers, and depending on how many customers you have, you might not have to charge so much. Like, more customers means less charge, you know, for my archery business. And that was really, really nice, because, you know, he gave me all these links to like talking to people at the law people at my local college for free, and being like, you know, if I wanted to start an archery range at my residence, what type of legal problems am I going to potentially encounter, you know? Because I'm going to have an LLC, because I need to have insurance for this business. That I know, right? Because it's been like 8 years, you know? Like, I've been working at the archery range since 2016, and I just never really had the courage to go and meet with anybody, because I always thought, like, no, just work at the Renaissance Fair, you know, just settle, you know? But that turned into me traveling for the Renaissance Fair, and I still want to do that a little bit here and there, but I want to try to give myself some more, like, direction and purpose. And he even gave me like a list of like 11 steps to starting a successful business, and the last step is like, are you gonna hire people, or, you know, but yeah, so that'll be really nice when I'm not streaming or when I'm not working, that I can kind of work on that on my off time, you know. But yeah, that was really nice, because it made me feel. And then after that, I went to go I went to go to therapy, and that was really nice. Because on Sunday, I almost got bit by a dog on my route, and that kind of really threw a kink in my whole day. And my whole mental, you know, right? Like, my whole mental state was changed after that, because I'm just like, why am I doing what I'm doing with my life, you know? Like, I have a master's degree in communication, and I work as an Amazon delivery driver. And it was just because I needed a job, and now I'm still there, and it's like, why? Now, why am I still here? Because people at the Renaissance Fair would say the same thing. Why was there a dog? Because it was 55 degrees outside. Lately, it's been like 20, 30, so it's really cold out. But it was really warm outside, so people were like, oh, it's probably the last time I'm going to be able to mow my lawn and all that sort of stuff. So people were outside, like, walking their dogs, or this dude, he had his dog outside. And it wasn't on a leash, it was just barking, barking, barking. Probably had, like, an invisible dog collar, like, invisible fence. So he comes up to the van with the dog right there, and I ask him what his name was, because I need to get his signature, yada-da-da. But, the way it works is if you try to drop a package at the wrong house, your phone will tell you. Your GPS will be like, hey, you might be at the wrong house, so you should, you know, make sure you're at the right house. And sometimes it's like a proximity thing. When you drop off the package, it like creates a radius around the package that says this is where the package can be left. I was too far away from that radius because I was still parked on the street and the driveway was too long. I couldn't just hand it to him. So I needed to get closer. And I'm like, could you get the dog inside, like, so I can hand you the package and all that sort of stuff. So he starts taking the dog inside, and he's not like grabbing it. He's just sort of like telling it to go inside, and the dog's making its way inside. And I think the dog's inside. I'm also at this point like, I don't even care. You know, like, I'm just trying to get through this day because I have, how many stops did I have? 180 something? 190 something? I can't remember. I think it was 185. But two people actually had abandoned their route that day already, too. Although they deleted the message so I wouldn't see it. Although I still did, because of the pull-down thing at the top. So basically, I go to like get the dude's signature from my phone, and then suddenly the dog just comes tearing ass around the corner. And that's when I just kind of get low, and I start like circling around the dog, and then he eventually gets a hold of the dog, and I'm just like, fuck it, I'm leaving. Have a nice day. Go fuck yourself, you know, like, I'm done. So I get back in my van, and I just start freaking out, because, you know, I almost got bit, and I call my dispatcher, and I ask her, and I'm like, just curious, what's going to happen if I abandon my route today? And she says, well, you'll get written up, and then it's out of my hands. And I'm like, okay. And I was just really tempted to just quit right there. I was just like, I really just am done, because this is far too much for me. So, after that had happened, she's like, well, just calm down, and, you know, I'll try to get you a rescue. Meaning that somebody was going to find me, take like 20 stops off my hands, and then I could go about my merry day, you know? With the knowledge that I almost died, or at least got seriously hurt, because I see that stuff all the time on Reddit. There's a thing called Amazon DSB drivers, and there's dog bites on there all the time, where people are like, I almost got bit today, or people's overloaded vans, and it's just so many bad things. And then, so she's like, I'll try to get you a rescue. Nobody came. And at the end of the night, I call the other dispatcher, and he asked me, do you want to do a rescue? And I'm like, no, I don't. And you clearly have no idea what I went through today, because if you're asking me to do a rescue, you clearly have no clue, you know? This other dispatcher didn't tell you what had happened, because they had to go out on the road and take over that person who abandoned their route. They had to take over for them. I even think somebody who wasn't even working that day came in, got called in to take over their route. So it is not a job for the lighthearted. Most people in the last 6 months, but that's kind of a skewed statistic, I think. So right after that shift was over, I messaged my supervisor, and I'm like, can I have a raise? Because this job sucks, and it's not really worth it. I've been here a year, you know? And he says, well, we'll go over your performance review. And I'm like, what? Like, okay. So I guess if my performance review is good enough, they'd merit giving me a raise. But all they did is give me a bunch of fucking lip service. They were like, well, you're one of our top performers, and we do give bonuses to our top performers. And I wasn't really seeing it. And I'm just like, well, why don't I get like an hourly increase? You know, because I feel like that's the incentive to stay, you know? And they're like, well, we did give you a raise. And it's like, well, no, you didn't give me a raise. You gave every Amazon driver a raise. And the reason you gave every Amazon driver a raise, because my pay went from $20.50 to $22.25. And the only reason that happened wasn't because of the good graciousness of my boss. It was because Amazon knew that people were about to unionize, and this was the carrot. This was their way of placating and making sure that, you know, people were still satisfied, and then they weren't going to go seek out a union when it really didn't make a difference in terms of our workload. Like, we got a raise, but it didn't change our working conditions. They remained the same. So we were just getting compensated for, you know, driving crappy vans. But most people, they get a sign-on bonus. Like one of my dispatchers, he got one because he was like one of the first people to join the company. I want a stay-on bonus, you know? Like, I've seen too much, and I have to train people, and you want me to keep my mouth shut, and I can't do that. Every person I train now, I'm going to tell them how it is, and be like, dude, you'll be here a year, and this is what they'll do to you. You'll be here for 4 years, and this is what they'll do to you. Just... it makes me wonder, like, you know, why do I put myself through this? Is it like a self-hatred kind of thing? Do I hate myself? You know, is that why I still work here? Because I thought I was being strong for the longest time. I'm like, oh, everybody is only going to last 6 months, and I'm not going to be like them. I'm going to be better. I'm going to last longer. And I have. It's been a year. And what do I have to show for it? You know? Almost getting bit by my dog. Not by my dog, by some random dude. And they put me on that route 2 days later, in the same area, so I'm driving right past the same house, hoping I don't have to deliver to it. Thank God I didn't. But when the owner found out, he acted sympathetic, but I don't know. It's just like, well, I don't really think you actually care about me. You only care about me because this is the thing that'll get me to quit my job. You're just trying to save face. Make it seem like you care. But what I really wanted to ask the owner is, you know, have you yourself ever run a route in your life? Can you possibly empathize with any of us drivers because you've done the same exact job that we have, or you're just the owner? You're just the dispatcher. You're just the person who owns the business. You've never had to put any legwork in. I don't know. I don't even know if these things are worth asking, because he might just can me for asking these questions, because he owns the business. He can just fire me for whatever reason. But I want some due cause. Like, I want some justification for why I'm getting fired. Like, if my metrics were bad, if I was damaging customer property, if I was mishandling packages, if I was being unprofessional to customers or coworkers, whatever. But all I'm doing is just bitching and moaning and complaining about how none of this is okay. And some people think it is okay. Some people are like, oh man, you guys just have a shitty work ethic. And it's like, well, you clearly haven't been here long enough to understand, because I know I have a good work ethic. And I'll be damned if my employer is going to make me question my own, you know, self-worth. Because that's what it comes down to. I shouldn't have to think of myself as like, well, are you here because you hate yourself? It's like, well, you know, is this job a punishment? No, they don't, you know. In fact, Amazon has it intentionally set up. This is why I'm still here, because I have a hope that we can unionize. And I can only help from the inside. I can't really help from the outside, unless I am part of the union itself. If I was like a union advocate, that type of thing. Now I remember, because I went through the school, and there's not really... There is another classroom I can go through, but there's not like necessarily a library. There's only really a bookstore. But they have it set up to where I don't really technically work for Amazon. I work for a third party. So it's not like, you know, we can all unionize that easily. It's kind of like, you know, we're all spread out over all these different companies delivering for the same for the same entity, but it's not like we can talk to each other. There's not that much opportunity, you know? All right, yeah, I got to go to the bookstore down south next to the gas station, because I could check all the desks or the shelves, or there's a back room. There might be some books in there, but it's just kind of too risky. Excuse me. But yeah, that's the way it's set up, to where like, but when you show up at a person's house, you're wearing an Amazon vest, you're driving an Amazon van, they're very much under the, you know, assumption that you work for Amazon, but you don't. You work for a logistics company, basically, and you're contracted through Amazon. So that's when, you know, people don't like how you deliver, they just make you an extra, which just means you won't have a route that day, you only work for an hour, and then you go home. And then if they don't want you to work there anymore, they'll just keep making you an extra until you keep not getting routes and keep getting shit pay, and you're like, well, why am I even working here at this job at all? Because they don't want to fire you, and they got to pay you severance, and then it's a whole thing when they terminate you, so they're just going to be like, well, we'll make you quit. We'll squeeze you out. It's like, wow, you guys suck. But it's all intentional. And they know they can do this to people because a lot of people who work in the warehouse, they don't speak English as a native language. So I would imagine that they have some type of immigration status, or like they're not trying to rock the boat because they need a job for families or whatever. I know I'm really generalizing here, but I'm trying to see it for the big scope, big picture type of thing. I'm trying to empathize. Because a lot of people would just say, no, every single Amazon driver is the same. We're not. We are all different. The reason I can get done with my route quicker than the average driver is because I'm tall. I have a long stride. Like, I can move, you know? It has nothing to do with, you know, like, I do have a good work ethic, obviously, but it has nothing to do with, like, oh, I'm better than that driver because of my work ethic. It's just, no, it's just physically I can do the job better, that's all. I'm not trying to brag. But some people, I've literally heard that come out of their mouth, where they think they are the best person in the entire job, and it's like... But that's the thing. There's a title they gave me with a little plaque called Front Runner, which means I am, like, one of the top delivery people. And it's like, okay, and? Like, they want you to feel proud of it, but that comes with a certain level of expectation, you know? It's like, well, you're a front runner, so we expect, and it's like, no. Don't give me that shit. You gave me an empty title, and you expected me to think that it had some meaning to me. And you thought, oh, this will make him do his job better, or faster, or easier, and exactly, where's my raise? That's the first question I should have asked, is, well, am I going to get a raise? Because all they did is stick a performance review in my face, remind me of how I accidentally broke a mirror, and how that mirror cost $500 to replace, and that's what the owner said. He was salty about it, so I think he was just being passive-aggressive, and he's like, well, if you didn't break a mirror, you would have gotten a raise, and it's like, okay, dude. Alright. He also said that working here as a driver and as a trainer will give me the skills I need going forward in life, and I just had to sit there and try not to laugh, because I'm like, are you fucking serious right now? Driving a van is going to help me in life, really? Really? Putting a box on someone's doorstep. And I know I'm looking like a little bit too surface level. He's talking like, well, teaching people, or, you know, interacting with customers, or anything like that. And I'm just like, I'm thinking to myself, oh no, I have a better idea. Why don't I just go and make the company that you currently own and just, you know, basically be like, I don't need you or your company, go fuck yourself, you know? That type of thing. Because all it takes is $30K in liquid assets. And I guess, you know, not being audited by the IRS and that type of thing, you know what I mean? But I would never, you know? I would never want to exploit people like he does, so... But I messaged the manager, Mike, and I was like, you know, hey, can I get a... And... yeah. I messaged Mike, I'm like, hey, I'm trying to fill out my application to be a DSP. Can I put you down as a reference? And he's like, sure. And I'm like, do you think I could ask the owner? And he's like, yeah, man, he always wants to see people thrive and succeed. He never got back to me. I messaged him, I'm like, hey, can I put you down as a reference for when I start my DSP? And he, nope. Maybe he'll talk to me in person, but... And I don't have 30K in assets. If he tries to press me about it and be like, well, you know, did you look into it? I'll be like, yeah, I don't have 30K. But I still needed references before that part of the application, so I was right to ask for references. Who's a better reference than the person who owns a company of a DSP? To make me an owner of a DSP, I feel like that would be a good person to make a reference, you know? Yes or no? But it was more about sending a message. Of being like, dude, don't think that I really need to be here. Because I have the capability of doing this. But it's like, I thought that's what you wanted. You said the skills I would help me later on in life, that would help me, you know, because I think I'd be making a lot more as the owner of a DSP than a driver. Just saying. He just thinks I'm on the same level as everyone else, even though, I don't know. I wanted to be a dispatcher, but I couldn't work the weekends. So they're like, well, we can't hire you as a dispatcher. And I'm like, okay. And that sucked because it's like, I'm perfectly qualified. In fact, I'm overly qualified is what they told me. And that's kind of a red flag. I should have been like, okay, then why am I here? Because I need a paycheck. We all have to work because we all need a paycheck, but why not do something that you actually enjoy doing? For once. And this is something I enjoy doing, and it's something that I could potentially make into a career. But it's fulfilling. I know what I want to do for my career. It's the archery business. So meeting with that small business advisor was really, really nice. The next day, it just filled me with so much confidence about, like, well, you know, here's the insurance people you can talk to, and, you know, make sure you have safety signs put up so people don't, you know, get hurt when they're trying to walk in your backyard, and that type of thing. And then I went to therapy. Really good therapy session. Because I tend to think that, like, therapy makes me overthink things. But it's an excuse to get out of my head. Because when you spend too much time in your head, that's a bad thing. Gotta not do that. I think I'm gonna make some... I might make some... Oh, I have some canned carrots, I think, in my back. I took a can of carrots. I'll put these guns away. But this is nice because it's like I'm talking to you. It's not like I'm talking to myself. But really, self-talk is no different than talking to yourself. Or, I'm sorry, talking to you is no real differently than talking to myself. It's just there's a recipient. Is it still communication if you're not talking to somebody? Does there have to be a recipient in mind when you think of communication? Because you can talk to yourself. You can hype yourself up. You can make yourself feel better. You can calm yourself down. You're communicating with yourself. But I feel more normal talking to you because you're there. There's a normalcy to talking to somebody as opposed to just like, well, here I am talking to the camera, myself, basically. We associate mental illness with people who talk to themselves, but that's really not true. You're not crazy just because you talk to yourself. It's like, whatever you say, man. Whatever, buddy. I do think it has some merit, though. But here's some food for thought, Rava. I even might have a motivational quote every time I stream every day to kind of get people to remember. It's like, you know, don't forget, you know. Don't forget you're here, you're alive, keep going, you know. Don't give up. But it's who cares if nobody cares? Because for so long, I was like, well, I don't want to start an archery business because who cares? Like, or that nobody would care. But who's this nobody? You know, who's this nobody that you're conceptualizing in your brain that's going to judge you, that's going to make you feel, you know, ridiculous for doing something that you want to do, something you're passionate about? Because you know, after therapy, I went to my mom's house to go fix my archery range because it had kind of blown over with the wind and everything like that. And I think the wood had just rotted because it snapped at the bottom, the 4x4. But my dad came over, and we had some pizza, me, my mom, and my dad. And my parents are divorced, so it's nice when all three of us can kind of hang out together. It makes me feel kind of like a normal family. And that sounds a little like whatever, but I'm not even going to try to put a label on it because, you know, I like feeling like a family. Because one day my mom and pop, they're going to be gone, you know? And I don't want to take advantage of that while they're still here. So do with that information what you will. Call your mom. Call your dad. Tell them you love them, you know? Even if you got problems with them, you know? Because not everybody has the luxury of having good, loving parents. I understand that. Yep, a nice moment. It is a nice moment, you know? It's a moment that I'll remember, you know, going forward. But, and then my dad left, and then I was just hanging out with my mom for a little bit, and then I left, forgot my glasses, turned around, and went back to get my glasses, and then I went to this place right across this river in Covington, Kentucky called, it was an archery range, and it was really nice. Well, I showed up at first, and there were some people ahead of me, and I was just kind of like waiting and waiting and waiting, and I was just getting a little like irritated because I don't want to keep waiting. But they eventually got to me, and they're like, because I teach archery, like I've obviously shot before, you know, and I know how to teach people how to shoot. But I wanted to walk in under kind of like the, like, what if they didn't know that I knew how to do all these things? And it sounds like lying, well, it is lying, because they're like, well, have you ever shot before? And I'm like, no. And they're like, well, is anybody going to be joining you? And I'm like, no. And they're like, well, I can't have you shoot today, because there's people on the range. It's a safety thing. And I'm just like, all right, I'm this close to walking the fuck out of here, you know? So I changed my answer. I'm like, no, I'm sorry, I have shot before at a range, just not this range. Sorry, I misheard you, you know? And she's like, oh, okay. And apparently there was going to be like a bunch of kids coming at 7 o'clock, and it was like 6:45, so I didn't have a lot of time to shoot anyway. But they said it was going to be $5 for the bow rental and the arm guard. You shoot as much as you want, and you can shoot for like half an hour or an hour, but I only got to shoot for like 10, 15 minutes, if that. And at the end, she didn't charge me anything. She's like, you know what? You barely got to shoot it all, so no charge. I'm like, really? That's really nice. And I gave her $1 because I felt bad, you know, because I use these really nice bows and all that other sort of stuff, so it was a good way to end the night. And then I came home, folded my laundry. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because they really could have tried to grease me. They could have been like, you know, well, you didn't shoot for half an hour, but yada-da-da-da, and I'm just like, whatever. Because it's like, I could have shot longer if you, like, didn't make me wait for 10 fucking minutes. Because there was a lady up there with her 2 kids. I think they had just got done shooting or buying something or picking up something, but they were just sitting there fucking yapping. And I'm like, oh my god. And there were 2 ladies behind the desk, so, like, one of them could have tried a little harder to, like, get my attention, but I don't know. I eventually got to shoot, and that's all that really matters, so I can't really look at it, the situation, and be all pissy. I mean, I could, but not really much point in that. I'll put some dried lentils in here. And this should be all the ingredients. Between the mixed veggies, the potato, the packaged corn. There it is. Did I put any mixed veggies in? Don't think so. I think I was working from like the bottom up. Oh, I think I didn't put any peas in there. Gosh darn it. That's no big deal. I'm pissed off. No, I'm kidding. Because I'm like, well, why? Like, now I have 0.33 left of those. And I would have had more of that, but ain't no big deal. And that's it. Because you can only put so many ingredients in the soup, you know? But yeah, it was a good day. So, now I gotta go to work. And I'm gonna try my best to just, you know, remember why I'm at this job. Because I need benefits, and I want to live alone in my apartment. And I want to be able to buy groceries, and I want to be able to travel and do the Renaissance Fair, and this job allows me to do that, so I'm going to try to bite my tongue, bide my time, you know, and remember that this isn't forever. Because sometimes you forget that where you are in life, you think you're always going to be there. That's not always true. I say that to remind myself. Where do you want to travel to? Really, there's no limitation, because I just want to go to different Renaissance fairs and try to teach archery at those different places. It's not like I would need to bring my own equipment, because I already have it, but, like, I don't know, all over the U.S., you know? But somebody gave me a really handy... It was a map of the United States, and it had all the different, like, Renaissance fairs throughout the country on it. Let's see if we can try to find it here. Map of Renaissance fairs, USA. Because they happen in, some of the first Renaissance fairs happen in Europe. Let me see here. Open image in new tab. Save image as. I don't have to put it under photos for videos, but I got folders, you know. Map of festivals. Yay, Beast Renaissance Archery Tour coming to a place near you. That's the goal, you know, because I want to have like a mobile archery school. I think that'd be really cool, you know, and then eventually I can settle down and have a place of my own. But just, you know, I'll bring targets around, you know, and I would just wheel around some targets, bring out the bow and the bow rack, because if you do it outside, you just have to make sure that it's not too close to anybody. But overlay, we're changing. This, oh god, this is the map of all the different Renaissance fairs throughout the country. So I'm from Ohio. This is the one that I do, Harveysburg, right here. But there's one up in Great Lakes. I've done that one too. This one in Tennessee is the one I traveled to do. So from here to there. There was one in Illinois. It was just a one-time thing, I think, though. Down in Florida, there are 3. There's Suncoast, Hogtown. I think that's Orlando. That might be Brevard. And there's Fort Lauderdale, Deerfield Beach. So, but as you can see, there are a lot. Because Minnesota, they have just the Minnesota Renaissance Fair, you know, and then right next to that is Wisconsin. They have the Bristol Fair. Colorado. I think the bigger the dot, the bigger the Renaissance. Like, that's why Texas is fucking huge, because they have one of the biggest Renaissance fairs in the country. It's like the whole Renaissance Fair is a town. But if you've never been to your local Renaissance Fair, I'd highly recommend you go. And they're seasonal. That's why some of them are in the winter. Like in Florida, that's where most of the ones in the winter are, because, you know, it's cold as shit. Spring, black, summer, and then autumn. So, but the problem is the fairs overlap with each other. So if I wanted to do this one, I might not be able to do this one. You feel me? So that's the goal. It's just finding a way that they all align nicely. There, look, I'm switching the overlay without you telling me to do it. Look at that, magical. But yeah, if I could just, you know, find a way to get on, because they call it a circuit, where you're just trying to do fair after fair after fair, but then you're living there, and you only work on the weekends, so what do you do for your, you know, to fill the gap? You would have to go on the road with some savings, or you would have to pick up a day job, and also find a place to stay, and a lot of people would just stay in, like, their car, or they'd get a tent, and they'd go at a campsite, and they'd camp out at a campsite, and then they work there on the weekend, you know? So it takes a lot of dedication. Like, I've done 3 shows down in Florida. I drove 12 hours to go do them, you know? And then I stayed with my brother down there. But it's a lot of commitment, you know? That was only negative 12 unhappiness. Jeez. Might have to start taking some... something. Was it because of the beans or the lentils, or... Ooh, I know what I can... Well, no. Oh, I'll read a book. Or a comic book. I could let the unhappiness go a little further and then read a book, though. Yeah, I'll just read one. Because it's only like 20-something, I think. Have you thought about the karaoke stream thing? I have. It's just, I don't know when to do it. I don't know if I should do it at night, or what I've just started doing is just going to do karaoke at certain places. Like, I did last Thursday, I did Louis Armstrong's Trees of Green, you know? But I did that on the stream for you, I think. Already. And then, what did I do? On Monday, there was another karaoke night, and it was, what did I do? I did Droopy Dog. The Sound of Silence. I don't know if I did that bit for you yet, but, you know. Do you know who Droopy Dog is?
He just sounds like this. He's got a really melancholy tone to his voice. Just gotta make sure you put some air in your jowls. It'll make you sound convincing.
Same with Richard Nixon. If you want to do a convincing Richard Nixon, you just gotta make sure you put a bunch of air in your jowls when you're speaking. Oh, okay, cool. I haven't done that on stream. Well, yeah, there we go. I even got my list of voices, and I went to Staples, and I had it printed out and laminated. It cost me $3. I went to the bar. on Monday with the list, and I went up on stage and I did Droopy Dog Sings The Sound of Silence.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I did the whole song in the entire voice, and I got really fucking embarrassed. Because I'm like, no one's listening. No one cares. No one's really paying attention, you know? But before I even did the voice, I showed people the list. I'm like, here's a list. It's got a bunch of accents and impressions. If you want me to do a certain voice in a certain song, just come up to me at the bar and say something. And I gave him a couple examples of it. If you want to hear Hank Hill, if you want to hear this, if you want to hear this, or whatever, just come up to me. So I did the song, and then I sat back down at the bar, and I'm like, oh my god, I just made a fucking idiot of myself. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Like, nobody's gonna come up to me. What did I just do? I should just pay my tab and leave. So I'm sitting there, I'm getting ready to call the bartender over, and then these two girls come up to me, and they're like, hi, can we see your list? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And I hand it to him. And I'm thinking, well, okay. But in my head, I'm thinking, oh, they're just going to hand it back to me. Like, we didn't really see anything, you know. But it was a nice gesture. But they said, can you do Hank Hill sings Chop Suey? The, wake up, grab your brush and put a little makeup. I just grabbed a fadeaway to shake up. You know that song? They wanted Hank Hill to sing it from King of the Hill. I don't know if you know the character or not. But it would be like, wake up, grab your brush and put a little makeup. I just grabbed a fadeaway to shake up. Why'd you leave your keys up on the table? You could do another fable? You wanted to. But I thought they were talking about System of a Down. Because eventually in that song, they say, it's System of a Down, killing in the name of. That's what I thought they were talking about. And in that song, he says, killing in the name of, but that wasn't what I would do. What I thought they were talking about was that song, and eventually in that song he says, fuck you, I won't do what you want to. So she asked me, can you do Hank Hill Does Chop Suey? And I said, fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. That's what he says, fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. And I think they thought I was like being standoffish at first, but they were like, it's like, okay, so I put it in the thing, but we ran out of time. It got to midnight, and I just couldn't go up there because we ran out of time to do karaoke. So, you know, it's okay. It is what it is. It happens, you know. But now I know going into karaoke next time that would be a good fucking song to do. I also want to do, well, there's Kermit the Frog. I might try to do a duet, too, where it's like Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy singing, like, next to each other. The only problem would be when they're singing at the same time. Who do I pick, you know? It would have to be, like, purely duet style. But, yeah. That is the end goal, I suppose you could say. And there actually is a bar dedicated purely to karaoke. It's a karaoke, a karaoke bar. It's called Tokyo Kitty. It's not just like, you know, a bar that does karaoke nights. You know what I mean? So that's the big show, though. The bar didn't close at midnight. It's just he stopped doing karaoke at midnight because apparently there are people that live above the bar. So, like, I think they would start getting noise complaints, and I totally get that. Because if I lived above a bar, I'd be pretty pissed if people were, you know, playing music until 1, 2 in the morning, you know? And I couldn't fucking sleep. I'd be pretty upset. So, I totally get it. And people were kind of salty about it, but it's like, look, he does karaoke at these other places. And I told him that. I'm like, you know, Thursday night, he does it here. It's the same dude, you know? He does it Monday night here, Thursday night there. So, but that Tokyo Kitty place, they do it all the time. So, just a constant happening. They even have private rooms at Tokyo Kitty where, like, I've heard that you can order drinks and the drinks will, like, come down from the ceiling. Like, you order them from the bar, they put them in the thing, they go up, they go over, and then they go down from the ceiling. I have yet to get a private room and experience this myself. It is just a rumor to me, but I'm very curious. Exercise. It says required. Oh, I need to have my dumbbell on the inventory, probably. There it is. Okay, dumbbell presses and bicep curls. Let's do 10 minutes of each. Even though I can't. If I can't see, you definitely can't see. There we go. It's like I go to hit the light switch and I just get nothing. It's like, what? Like the power's out already. Push it. Push it real good. Okay. Yeah! Get it, Joe! Get it, Joe! Alright. Alright. Can you imagine? This is a weapon. You know? That'd be a good way to level up strength. Or a barbell in both hands. Fucking, you know? Going to town. Why do I have a hand fork? Oh, yeah, because I sowed those crops and I just never... I'll put it in that. God, it's past midnight. I need to go to bed. Your boy is tired. Maybe one day I'll break out the piano and I'll try doing some parody songs. You know? Because it's just chords. It's just knowing how to dun, 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 dun. Like, if you just did that over and over, you can write a parody of a song and do funny voices over the song. Then I can do open mic nights where it's like, I don't have to rely on me being funny. I can rely on telling a funny story while putting it over music. You know? Think like Bo Burnham, or... Actually, I'm pretty sure I can play this song on stream because I only know about this song because somebody played it on a stream. It's called Middle Age Love. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, I already have it turned on to where, like, well, the sexual themes isn't turned on. Can I turn that on? Nope. Because there's a thing you can do. Like, there's like a tag you can put. Like, there's a tag you can, oh, Jesus. There's a tag you can put on your channel where it's like, sexual themes or something like that. So I'm like, oh, should I turn sexual themes on? Oh my god. That has no right to be that funny. But it's funny to me. Okay, so channel. There it is. I'm pretty sure that's how... Oh no, wait. Video producer? I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find how... Because I know you can put, like the warning or whatever. About stream manager. That's not it. Oh, apparently I did get 20 followers. You don't think you have to do this for short periods? Oh, okay, so it was just like if I was doing a whole, stream where I'm talking about doing the two-finger taco tango or anything like that. Okay, so this song, it's by Ricky Lindholm. She was part of a group with another female musician. I'm trying to remember what the name of their group was called. But this is a song that she did. But I even showed it to my dad. It was that funny. He was kind of taken back by it, but, Viewer discretion is advised for the next 3 minutes and 17 seconds.
You wear a sleep apnea machine. I'm in early menopause.
Let's fuck.
You've got lots of extra skin. Every vein in my body is visible. Let's fuck. Let's do it all night long. Or maybe just once so we can go to bed early. Yeah. You can go real deep if it feels alright.
Since your hernia surgery.
Baby.
I've had hernia surgery, so that hits.
Like an animal, if that animal's
It's a turtle.
You can come inside me, it's okay. I'm infertile. Yeah, that's right. Relax, it's time. Melt your imperfect body into mine.
I'm just gonna show you the music video. It's such a bop.
You contracted herpes in your 50s. I have a lot of weird scars I don't want to talk about. Let's fuck. You've had brain fog since the shingles vaccine. I get a UTI every 4 to 6 weeks. Let's fuck. Close your eyes. I know they get real dry
During allergy season.
Yeah.
Fun fact. The saxophonist is actually her husband. Because I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty sure it was, that's how I found out. That is her actual hubby. but
Don't stop.
don't stop.
Unless your couple tunnels acting up for some reason, baby. Oh, right there. Try not to touch it. That's where I have bursitis. Come closer, baby, so I can hear you over the sound of my tinnitus.
It's the best part. It's the best part of the fucking song.
Melt your imperfect body into mine. I've got stretch marks and cellulite. All your body hair is gray, but we're not wearing glasses, so it's all blurry anyway. Sorry, I can't be on top of you. Nothing's actually wrong. I just don't want to. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Some mud off my comfortable underwear. I'll grab whatever balls you have left down there. I'll let you in the back door this once, baby, 'cause I just had a colonoscopy. And that's the best it's ever gonna be. So just relax. It's time. Let go and you'll be fine. Exhale and melt your honestly totally
perfect body into mine.
And cut.
It's the cherry on top for that song, you know? It's just, it's like, it's the perfect way to end it. Everybody like, you know? Yeah, man, it's too good. That's why I had to share it with you. I'm just like, I don't want Robin to miss that, you know? Because I was just watching somebody's random stream, and that's how I found out about it, so I was like, damn, that's good. That's some good music right there. It's good to laugh, you know? That's gonna get me through the day, you know? Get me through this shitty work day. But it's gonna be okay, you know? Because it's temporary, and I'm doing it because I got dreams. I got ambitions up in my candy. I actually had to pull up the overlay to make sure, like, I did pull up the overlay again, and I did. I surprised myself. I'm getting bored because I'm spending too much time inside. It is 9 a.m. and I got plans. Plans to go to the bookstore. A Generator magazine has eluded me for too long. Fucking bushes. I'm also growing some... What am I growing? Broccoli. Because broccoli takes the longest to grow, so that was like one of the first things I planted. I planted it on the 25th of July. But like, I think on the 30th I'm gonna plant something else. Either, I don't know. I have 3 different types of seeds. I just can't remember the different types. I had them in the beginning of the stream, but wow. Oh my god. Calm down, Joe. Jesus. Joe's not messing around, man, you know? And I still got a lot of gas, so, you know. That one trip to the gas station, I could have made it into a bookstore trip too, but oh well. I'm trying not to drive over the corpses, because I'm pretty sure that would just ruin my tires. I've even been so OCD about it that I'll try to, like, you know, only kill zombies off the road. So that I don't even have to worry about driving over them at all. Like, I would literally lure them over here and then kill them. But the corpses will disappear over time, so I don't have to do this every time. One fitness, baby. Let's go. M36, I'll take that. And that's it. Anybody else? Bueller? Bueller? Okay, I see 5. Not bad. Whoop, 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 whoop. This game really does make it hard to play other games sometimes. Because it's like Rust, for instance. I could play it, but then all my progress is gone in a month. You know, like what really was the point? You know, like short-term enjoyment is nice, but like this is long-term fulfillment. Like it, granted, if you survive that long, because I heard Nighttime 98 told me this on the last stream. He told me that there's a dude. Shout out to Nighttime though, because you managed to survive the helicopter. Oh, really? Nice job, man. Awesome. No, that is definitely an accomplishment, because I feel like every time I make it to the helicopter, I would just die. So now your next goal is to shoot a gun without dying. You know, that'd be an interesting way. But no, shout out to Nighttime, because I almost cut off the stream after like, I don't even know, like 20 minutes, half an hour. But yeah, he joined and I pushed forward for another like maybe hour and a half. I think it ended up being like a 2-3 hour stream, but it was really good. You know, good banter. And didn't you? Yeah, you showed up and you were like, I gotta go to bed. You know, but I was still appreciative that you showed up. Eternally grateful, you know? Yeah, man, because, you know, it was at the end of the day, and I was getting tired, and I'm just like, oh, man, it's getting really hard to push forward. But, you know, it makes me feel like I'm an extrovert. And for the longest time, I never considered myself to be one. But yeah, that was a 3-hour stream. But I think it was like, oh yeah, my summer car guy, he joined the stream and he gave me a sub. And he was there for a little bit, but he was only there for a little bit, and then he left, and I was getting kind of discouraged. But I think it was like 2 hours in, and then Nighttime joined. Yep, and then I pushed through for another hour. So really nice. Shout out Nighttime, because he really gave me that motivation to go forth. All right, let's keep moving. Jogga, 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 jogga. But yeah, this is just... Other games, it's just like you play, and then you might never touch the save again, you know? The fact that I could go back to my other character is nice. Like my other, my West Point character. The save name is Westside. And then I have the Day 1 mod. That was that one stream. That character's still alive, even after the fucking nuke dropped. That was crazy. And then this guy, Non-Smoking Joe. But I'm liking this playthrough, because, you know, I feel like it's a good blend of challenge. It hasn't gotten boring yet, you know? It's when you put down roots that you start to get bored. Potentially. And I can't pull up my mini-map for some reason. Like, I'm trying everything I can. I double-click the map and nothing happens. Because that's usually what I would do. You just double-click that part and it brings up like a mini-map, but it ain't happening. I don't know why. For some reason. Oh, did you really hear that? You're so full of shit. You're so full of crap, zombies. There's no way you heard me. It is great, although with most games, I tend to forget characters because I download more mod. Right, you know? I don't know what my next mod would be. Like, I'm pretty content with what I got right now, but, you know... Also, what's going to be Build 42 compliant? I think that's going to be when people start playing this game again. When the new build comes out. I think that's when, you know, it'll go from only 1,000 people viewing stuff on Twitch to hopefully that number will jump up. Let's not get our hopes up, you know. That'd be a nice Christmas present. You guys have been waiting so long, here you go, but this game has infinite playability even without mods. Like, the game is perfectly replayable in its current state, you know. Character dies, make a new one. Start over, you know? But then you can play a character where it's got, like, you know, some sustenance to it. Where it's like, now you get to have livestock. Now you get to do smithing. Now you get to shoot a bow and arrow. That's what I'm fucking excited about. Making that a part of my playthrough. You know? Because then I might do more of, like, a survivalist, wilderness type of character. Where I'll never touch a can of food. Like, the second I spawn in my house, I just book it right for the woods. I don't know how I would find a tent. I would probably need that first, you know, but... Okay. Okay, there's zombies there. There's tree line here. More zombies there. Interesting. Okay. Alright, it's doable. Very doable. When I, yeah, right? Because I still have yet to forage on this character, because I still have food at home, and I haven't started farming yet, so... Would watch that wilderness gameplay. Well, good, because, I was watching one dude, and he was under the assumption that nobody would watch that, because it would get boring. Like, it would just, like, there's nothing to really do, but... I think that in his head, he's thinking that the game is more important than the streamer. But I think you would contest that. You would be like, no, you are the reason that I'm watching you. The game was just, you know, the introduction. I even got Nighttime's Discord, so so we could do some multiplayer. So Rob, I didn't know if you would be interested in that or not. If you wanted to hop on the multiplayer train. Damn, Nighttime! Holy shit, you fucking creeper. Oh my god, I had no idea you were here. Make your presence known, Nighttime. I'm kidding. Glad to see you join the stream, man. Speak of the devil and he will appear. You just got here? Sure you did. I'm kidding. But no, I was watching the one guy, I gave him a follow, but he just said he spent so much time working on YouTube videos, he just got burnt out. I get that, because you put a lot of time making a video, and then as it turns out, nobody watches it because nobody can find it. That's the problem. That's the problem with content creation. But like, that's why I started making YouTube shorts. Because initially I'd make videos and then get like a couple of views, maybe 1 or 2. But you make shorts and you can get like 50 views. The most views I ever got in a short was like 2,500 views. Perfectly clippable timing. Exactly. Okay, there's a diner here, but that's not where I need to go. It's the... Where do I need to go? It's green buildings, I'm pretty sure. Green outline. Gotta refresh the map. That is clippable timing, too. I'll go back and I'll highlight it, but if you guys can clip it for me, that'd be great. Don't feel like you have to, though. That's not your job. I don't pay you to do that, you know? Okay, there's a VHS store, and then further down the road is the bookstore. So, damn, I gotta go past the VHS store, the police station, and the clothing store. Okay. Alright. Don't know how clipping works. You go, in the bottom left, and I'm pretty sure, or the bottom right, right under the video, and it says, clip. And you can do, like, up to a minute, I think. And you can, like, go back. I don't know how far you can go back for the clipping. I think you can go back, like, maybe 5 minutes. But it's like, I'll pull up the thing to show you how to do it instead of doing it myself. But I can go to my channel. It's still muted, thank God. And then down here, it says clip in the bottom right. And that's what you would click if you wanted to clip something. But yeah, so yeah, here we are. We're right in this parking lot. So I'm pretty sure I don't want to try to go take this road to the south. I would rather try to take this highway here, hoping there's less zombies. But sometimes I hate having to drive a whole horde away to loot every time. Right. I wonder, like, should I try to clear out zombies on my way there? Because I hate trying to pull zombies all the way to a location. You know, I'd rather, like, slow and steady wins the race. And I don't know what would be better. Because there's also back doors here. I'd have to go in the front anyway to get in. Or it'd be an easier way to get inside this location. So I'm going to try to take the main road. Hopefully, if I stick to the right lane here, the zombies from the woods won't notice me. And if I drive slowly enough, it won't be a problem. There's a huge amount of zombies in that highway, FYI. Okay, good to know. I mean, I'll take your word for it. Don't think I'm, like, skeptical or anything. That's why I'm, like, you know, I'll try to, like, slowly make my way there. I'll keep the car running, just in case it gets too dicey. But yeah, I'm seeing him in the trees over there, and there's some up the road. And exercise fatigue's starting to get to me, because it's like 1 o'clock. I was late exercising. So, Overlays! Thank you. I get so distracted. Annotated map. Is there... I get bogged down in the plan, you know? Right. Alright. Thank you, Rava. But yeah, looking up the road there doesn't look... I mean, I can't see that much yet, so it's kind of hard to say now, but... Nah. I gotta be strategic about my endurance, you know? Because I can't really fight that many zombies right now anyway. Hence the fatigue, you know? Fucking... duct tape and twine. Not bad. But yeah, I can only really fight 1 or 2 at a time right now anyway. Just wearing down my equipment. Bazinga. See, look at that. It's 3 just to kill him, you know? God only knows. And I wonder if there's any gas in these cars. Probably not, but... I wonder if that would be too far. Yeah, it would be and it would pull all the zombies. I was gonna like, oh, maybe I can like use the car alarm on these cars to kind of lure the zombies down south to misdirect them. But I think it's too far away. And it would just pull all the zombies from the south. So, I'm just gonna go this way, and then I'll cut up. But, yeah, now I remember there's a bunch of zombies there. But at least here I have a fence. You know? I can kind of use that to my advantage. Three is not ideal, but it's better than all 9 of them. That is 9 of them, right? That's 9 of them. Is it 9? You could tell me no in German. Alright. I'm fine. Magazine. That is not going to help my sadness. It's not going to help my crippling depression. But this will. I have crippling depression. Oh, man. I make myself laugh. That's the thing I need to remember about streaming. Is that I make myself entertained. I entertain myself a lot more than if I were playing by myself. Pause. You know? That's a different type of stream. With a different type of streaming software. Yeah. Alright. Leather jacket. Red digital. Oh, getting a call. Hello. How's it going? The thank my driver thing?
Yeah, you know about that?
Yeah, it's only if the customer is aware of it, and it's only if they'll, like, actually are home to do it. Or, I guess if they did it over their phone, it's not an issue, but...
Well, I wanted to make sure you were in it. I wasn't sure, since you're not, quote-unquote, an Amazon employee.
Right. No, it is for the drivers, though.
Yeah, I didn't know you could be like, too bad you didn't have more advance notice. You could have had some little flyers printed up and stuck one on every box.
Right, I know one dude, he has a bunch of stickers.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, that's all. Okay, Lauren.
Make me a little bit more optimistic about my day today, you know? right? It's gonna be cold.
It's gonna be cold, but it'll be warm.
Yeah, I got layers. I'll be fine.
I know. Okay, I'll talk to you later.
Alrighty.
Alright, see you, bye.
Bye. Alright. Apologies for the interruption, but, you know. New stream UI sucks. Are you talking about Streamlabs or my layout or on Twitch? Oh, okay. The user interface. I gotcha. I haven't really looked at it. I'm kind of looking at it from more of the creator perspective. The info at the top and not the bottom. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Maybe they have their reasons. Are you on mobile or desktop night? I'm not sure I understand your question. I was talking on the phone on my phone. Oh, okay. Not the question for me, I see. Louisville map. Always desktop. Alright. I did take some antidepressants, but I don't think they're helping that much. I think you gotta, like, give them time to kick in, maybe? If I remember correctly. Because I know sometimes I'll take them and it's just like nothing happens for a minute. I just have to give it a second. Because I usually take them when I get too stressed. Ah, I missed it. Change is good. It's the only constant. And some people don't like change. Truth be told, I don't want you to take this the wrong way. I've never been happier in my entire life. People can't just change, Mr. Leahy. What about everything we did? You know, Randy, sometimes I think I was never really that way at all. I think it was just the liquor talking, bud. Oof. Oof. How could Jim Leahy do that to Randy, you know? Come here, you bastard. I don't know if, like, forward momentum helps in combat, you know? Yeah, maybe. Like, walking backwards, I don't think you'd be able to swing as effectively, but... I'm on the fence of whether stationary is better or moving forward is better. Why did I what? Nighttime, if you're asking me still. Alright, there's the police station, so we're not that far off. I thought you have to walk backwards or else you'll get grabbed. I mean, if there's a lot of them, you know. But I think when you're swinging forward, if you can hit him with enough... I don't know, like... I've always sort of thought to myself, like, maybe it's better to stand still. But... I don't know if... I might be overthinking it, you know? Alright, we got... Six bogeys down here. They can still grab you, even a single zombie could. No, absolutely they can. But, like, if I move forward and I strike, is that better than standing still? And is that better than moving backwards and trying to swing? Because forward, I don't know. Moving forward and striking, I can kind of get that, but if I stand still, it doesn't seem to really be doing as much. It took me 2 swings. Now I'm backing up, and that's 1. And she fell over on the second one. I was still backing up when I swung. But yeah, moving forward and striking. Maybe. But yeah, I don't want to get grabbed, obviously. That's a really nice looking police cruiser. Of all the cars in the zombie apocalypse, you know, it's a pretty nice one. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Let's see. I think it's time to do a Gigabrain play, if it can be considered a Gigabrain play. I always do both. If I'm fighting one zombie, I'll charge ahead. Oh yeah, absolutely. If there were 3 of them, I wouldn't be trying this experiment where I'm trying to like move forward and swing. But as you can see, right-click F2, I can actually move her. I can't like move, but I can move the cursor around. So my plan is, what if I trigger the light bar and the siren on one of these cars? It would pull all the zombies closer to it, then hopefully I can be able to sneak around that horde and go to the bookstore and loot it. What do you guys think? Like, it could be a democracy, or not. Because all you realistically have to do is smash the front window. And zombies will come. Not a lot of them, but that's what you do a lot? Yeah. I mean, I've seen people do that for the Rosewood Penitentiary. They'll just light off a siren, let all the zombies gather, and that's actually how they power level their sneak. All the zombies are around them, and then they just crouch and walk around them. There's just so many zombies. That's how they power level their stealth skill. They're sneaking, not stealth. I'm thinking of Kenshi. Okay. Makes looting so much easier, but be warned, some zombies will still be behind. Okay, good to know. There's another M9 here with a red dot. Okay. Light bar. Fucking leg it, son! Probably should have started the car first. Maybe it won't be an issue, though. Wee woo, wee woo. Exactly. And I already cleared out the zombies this way. So we'll see what the radius is. You know? Like, if I see zombies over here walking over, I'd be concerned. But... oh god, my car died. That is no bueno. That could have happened at a really unfortunate time. There's still some zombies in the woods. No big deal. Oh my god, it died again. That's not good. That's not good at all. Okay. Push forward. Looking pretty good, though. So far. See a couple. And it's 6:10. Wow, there's still a lot of people outside the VHS store. That'll get their attention. I mean, it was a good idea in theory. Maybe if I'd been a little bit faster, because now the siren isn't going off anymore, which is fine. I think I just ran into too many zombies with this car. Okay. We didn't get what we wanted, but at least we're alive, you know? So I can take some small solace in knowing that we didn't die. And the plan technically worked. To a degree. You have to be fast, yeah. So, knowing that... But yeah, you gotta experiment, you know? You gotta know, you know, what to do in small increments before you do anything big. Like, my armpits are a little sweaty, I'll be honest, you know? Am I going the right way? Oh, this is one way I can go. Well, I also can, like, I can make a noisemaker if I get to electrical level 3. Because I found the magazine for that. But I also might have to do some car maintenance, because that engine dying on me is concerning, to say the least. But we're doing alright, you know? Not too shabby. She's a super freak. Super freak. She's super freaky. Ow. Everybody's saying. That would be helpful too. I don't think it's as loud as a siren or a gunshot. Yeah, because house alarms are like as loud. I think they're twice as loud as a shotgun, if I remember correctly. But the house alarm is, I think, one of the loudest things. I don't know about pipe bombs and things of that nature. Because sometimes they just say, like, oh, it makes noise. They don't really, like, give you, like, a calculation. It's, like, measured in tiles, you know? But happiness actually went down, though. Thank God for those antidepressants. I don't know when it happened specifically, but it happened. Alright. Fill all... No, not the bowl. Fill... water bottle. Let's check our crops. Alright. Verdant. Seedling broccoli. Okay. Might go check the farm before I hop off the stream, because I only got like 10, 20 minutes before I have to get ready for work. I might try to hit the farm in the next stream, though. In fact, I'll make that the, No, because there's no real point in having excess food if it's all going to go bad, you know? So I gotta find the generator magazine first. I literally have the generator sitting outside my base. It's right here. I just need to have the ability to hook it up. That is the most pressing issue at hand. That bookstore is going to kill me. But that's the point of Mulder, though. I wanted to be somewhere that I'd never been before, because Rosewood and Riverside are just getting too easy for a 300-hour player. Or I'm also changing my playstyle. It's like, well, it's not hard enough. Like an old man's erection, it's not hard enough. Is that a good bit? Should I write that down? You know? It's not that hard. Just gotta be creative about how you say things, you know? You're still saying the same thing. It's just, how do you say it? Forgot I even have antidepressants in my little fanny pack. And if you have that trait mod, you'll have more variety on what you want to play, like having one arm. That's true. Yeah, Raba, he gave me a bunch of ideas for streams, like a one-armed stream, and cryogenic winter, the really, really hot summer. Trying to think on the fly here. I can't remember all of them, but there were some really good ones. I think the one-arm one would just, like, it would lower transfer speed, and you could only use certain weapons, that type of thing. But yeah, amputation playthrough, I think that would be good. Ooh, that would also be a good idea if I could get, like, a charity. Like, if people wanted to donate and put bits toward, like, a charity that would, like, help build prosthetics for people. Like, raising awareness, you know? Like, I don't think it's calling, like, any, like... It's not trying to, like, be hurtful. Being like, hey, I'm playing with a one-armed character. If you care about this, donate to this, whatever, you know? I don't want your money. I don't need your money. Not yet. When I become unemployed, I'll think about it. I'll keep that in the back of my mind, you know? Alright, I gotta do a vehicle inspection. Well, I'm gonna start thawing out some veggies. You'd have to be almost naked to survive the summer one, right? Mixed veg. Is it corn or veggies? It's the mixed veggies. And a potato. Info. Alright, the weight is starting to go down. So now I need to start packing on the pounds. And I still don't have any pasta. That might be something to get for the next... Yeah, tell him nighttime. Tell him how cold the winter gets. It's fucking cold. That's how cold it gets. I'm just glad I don't have to do my job in that type of weather. That would suck. Corn and black bean. Where are you, lentils? There you are. Peas. And anything else? Bueller? There's the mixed veggies. Those are frozen, the potatoes frozen. So I need to thaw those out. I'm also going to turn off auto drink because... Actually, no. I'm going to enable it. I'm just going to put my water bottle in my backpack. Because I got this grapefruit. I got to eat it before it goes bad. I don't want to spoil it, you know. 1.7. Oh yeah, they weigh 2. I would tell you, but I'm pretty sure I can't remember. I'd have to go back in like the previous stream to tell you exactly how cold it gets. Potato and mixed veggies. Perfect. I don't think you'll even notice it. On the normal mode, it drops to -30 in the summer and -80 Celsius in the winter. Fucking crazy. Oh, it's because I haven't cooked it yet. I'm like, why can't I put it in the bowls? Gotta cook it. Let him cook. I said, let him cook. I wonder if I have time to cut down a tree in the time it's going to take for that soup to finish. On hard mode, it's -45, -49, and in -155 or -247 degrees Fahrenheit. What the fuck? Even the -30 with some wind can really freeze you up in real life. Absolutely it could. Penguins can endure such conditions, but, you know, not us. Not I, said this guy. Not I, said this white guy. I forgot my saw is... I think it's in my trunk. Yes, it is. If you have full snowstorms, it drops more. I'm not sure. God, 20 degrees, even when it's snowing. Because that's the thing, the snow makes it worse. Awful. Just awful. Yeah, man. Quarter of a grapefruit. That'll do it. I'm pretty sure in real life you'd be fucked. Oh, yes, you would. That's, what's Kelvin? Kelvin's -270 Fahrenheit. So I'm like, dude, it's almost, like, past the point of measurement, you know? Like, it's not even Fahrenheit anymore. Oh, no. I'm out of water. Well, it hasn't rained in a while, that's why. But that's okay, because I still have water in my, in these things. Fill cooking pot. Guess I'll need another raincoat. Oh my god, that one's out of water too. I gotta fill from the toilet? Disgusting. I am disgusted? How is toilet water not disgusting? Like, how is it not tainted? Because you're taking it from the fucking toilet. Are you taking it from the back of the toilet? Is that what's happening? I wouldn't want to take that water, regardless. It's a toilet. Toilet water. What is this, Fallout? Drinking from the toilet? What if they make me an extra today? That'd be funny. That would be humorous. I'll check the car in the morning. It's too dark. If I can't see, you can't see. Let me know if you want to play. Just DM me. Right? The Project Russia mod. Make sure we all got the same mods, you know? Then it's kind of cold and it's kind of, you know, different. Nighttime, do you care what time we play? Like, in the beginning of the day, at the end of the day? It would have to be a lookup. The map is not huge, it's vanilla, but there's cars and houses, all that stuff is different. Okay. Yeah, as long as we all have the same mods, that's all that really matters, you know? Otherwise, I don't think we can even play together. But I've never done multiplayer, so, like, you know, we'll play it by ear. When you're not busy. I get it, you know? Because, I don't know, it's tough. Because I feel like nighttime would be better. Would be annoying if they made it an extra, but on the other hand, could you not go back home faster? Absolutely, right? And then I can work on my business, you know? Because nighttime I met with like, I've told you about the archery business I want to start. I met with a small business developer, and he talked to me on a meeting over the computer for like 45 minutes. It was great. Gave me all these links. He said I had a really good idea, which, you know, is validating because this guy's probably heard so many business ideas. Like, there's probably a lot of people that come up to him and it's like, well, here's my idea. And he's like, get the fuck out, you know? And I thought he was going to do that to me. Like, this is ridiculous. But he didn't, and I was really thankful for that. So, yeah, it's all coming together. Everything's coming up Millhouse. If you don't have to spend 30 minutes driving back. It's only 10 minutes away. And on a day like today, when it's so fucking cold, I don't care. I am kind of being overly optimistic, though. They're probably not going to make me a extra. I hope they would, though. And that's the sad part. Like, don't you want to make money? It's like, no. Not really. I have money saved up, you know? You can't just, like if they asked me to come into work, I'd be like, on a day when I'm off, if they ask me to come in, I'm like, no, because it's my day off. Ugh. But boys, I'm gonna probably have to cut it off here, because, you know, if I did have to get ready for work, that would be the time, but I wouldn't know if I was an extra until, like, I got there. Sometimes they have VTO, voluntary time off, but it's probably not gonna happen, because it's the busy season. One can hope, but take care, man. Enjoy the stream. Having a good day, you guys. You have a good night. Have a good day. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. Hats off for another successful stream. You know, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thankful for you guys being here, for